morning. My name is Eric Chastain. I'm a job site supervisor for EGM Construction. I've been brought in today to teach you a very important lesson, and that's how to construct a home, or at least the process that a construction company will follow. I've been around construction my whole life, grew up around it. I got my first pouch at 2 years old, so this is something I really am a part of. So it's important for me that I let you know that. Today, I've created a quick rundown of steps of the process in building a house. And of course, while following this, we want everything to be time efficient. Unfortunately, not every job goes according to plan. An actual project of this stature would be affected by weather, the workforce strength, and of course, any kind of on-job accidents, which unfortunately are not uncommon in this construction industry. To begin the job, we acquire the land that we want to build on. After that, we bring in an architect and a surveyor to calculate the elevations and draw up a plan of blueprints for the framing crew to follow. Once this is done, and we have our first set of blueprints, the manual labor of this process begins. We start with excavation. That's usually using a bobcat or skid steer or some other mechanical machine that is used to dig. We start by digging the area of the building, which is the interior basement area, which is usually planned out. While digging this, we also keep in mind that to set the forms which create the formation for the foundation, we also dig 2 inches or 2 feet past the perimeter to give our workers the necessary room they need to maneuver. After we have the concrete poured, we wait about a day and a half for the concrete to dry. Now, rationally, this concrete does not always dry on time. Sometimes this is due to the climate, sometimes the width of the actual concrete wall. But it's important to have it completely solid before we construct anything on top of it. Once we have it completely dry, we put copper flashing and steel plastic around the entire perimeter. This creates a waterproof barrier and also provides a moisture drip to keep the moisture running away from the concrete wall so you do not have anything going in. You also want to tar the outside of the concrete wall, which is also another form of weatherproofing, because it provides any kind of sort of a barrier between any underground water and the concrete. Then you're going to backfill and begin to construct your first floor level. First, we set the shoes and the plates, which are the basis for any exterior wall. Once you have that set, you can start to put up your walls as soon as you have finished doing your first floor's floor joists. Once you have them set, you can continue to sheathe over that and build up. We start at the exterior walls because we like to work inward. It creates the more solid structure. Once we have all those walls up, we put in the headers for all the doors and windows. Once that's done, you put on top, you put on the ceiling rafters. You sheathe over that, and then, since we are working usually on a time limit, we like to break up our work crew into 2 groups. One to continue working upward, and one to finish up and wrap up the first floor. We usually do this while the subcontractors are being hired. Now the roof crew will begin to set the rafters and then sheathe over that. As soon as they're done with that, they're going to attach hurricane clips, which keep it strong and provide more solid binding, I should say. While this is going on, the first floor crew will also sheathe the outside of the exterior walls and also put in any windows or doors. Once all that is done and both groups have completed their task, we begin on siding. We join back together our groups only to split them up again into 2 or 3 man work groups. One will measure and cut, while the other 2 will construct. Each group will start on a different side of the structure and work upwards. If a crew finishes early, then they help out wherever they can. They'll usually be cleaning up the job site or helping cut if it's taking too long. The last couple of steps for the exterior work are usually finishing the soffit and any portrait decking work. After that, the subcontractors will come in and do their jobs. Now, subcontractors are hired for a number of reasons. Usually it's because the general construction company does not have the sufficient manpower or training in the manpower to do all these things, such as plumbing, electrical work, painting, or any kind of exterior work whatsoever, like installing a sprinkler system or anything like that. Once those are all done, we send the carpenters back in to finish trim work around the job. Now, when working with such a large crew, it's easy to get a little bit upset with each other, a little bit stressed. But one thing to keep in mind is that once you complete this home, it's a brand new beginning for someone else, for someone else's family. And that's why it's so important to me.